Modi says India making stupendous growth in every sector, creating new job opportunities for youth. Prime Minister to share his thoughts in Mann Ki Baat program on Akashvani tomorrow. 181 cadres of Dimasa National Liberation Army lay down arms at Haflong in Assam. Israel dismisses UN resolution urging a humanitarian truce in Gaza. WHO appeals for immediate humanitarian ceasefire. In ICC Cricket World Cup, Australia defeat New Zealand by 5 runs in a thrilling encounter in Dharamsala. Match between Bangladesh and Netherlands underway in Kolkata. And 4th Asian Para Games comes to a close at Hangzhou, China. Indian contingent wraps up with best ever medal haul of 111. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that India is making stupendous growth in every sector, resulting into new job opportunities for the youth. He said creation of employment opportunities for the youth is an important part of the nation-building process. The Prime Minister was speaking after distributing more than 51,000 appointment letters to newly inducted recruits through video conferencing today.
भारत जिस दिशा में आगे बढ़ रहा है, उससे हर सेक्टर में रोजगार के नए अवसर तैयार हो रहे हैं। गुजरात के धोरडो गांव को यूनाइटेड नेशंस ने बेस्ट टूरिज्म विलेज के रूप में सम्मानित किया है। इससे यहाँ पर्यटन की संभावना और अर्थव्यवस्था के विस्तार की संभावना कितनी बढ़ गई है। ऐसे ही स्पोर्ट्स क्षेत्र, ये ऐसे सेक्टर भी हैं जो रोजगार के नए अवसर तैयार कर रहे हैं।
The Prime Minister said the government is taking proactive steps to strengthen the traditional job sectors while also promoting new sectors such as renewable energy, space, automation and defense exports, which are generating new job avenues. Lauding the performance of the athletes, he said this is an indicator of the changing landscape of the sports sector in the country and building of a robust sports ecosystem. Congratulating the newly recruits, especially the girls, the Prime Minister said the government is committed for the welfare of youths and working in mission mode for their skill development. He stressed that the government has taken several steps to streamline the appointment process to make it more transparent.
हमने भर्ती प्रक्रिया को न सिर्फ स्ट्रीमलाइन किया है, बल्कि कुछ परीक्षाओं को रिस्ट्रक्चर भी किया है। स्टाफ सिलेक्शन कमीशन की रिक्रूटमेंट साइकिल में जो समय लगता था, वो लगने वाला समय अब करीब करीब आधा हो गया है। सर्कुलर पत्र जारी होने से लेकर नियुक्ति पत्र देने तक के समय को काफी कम कर दिया है। युवाओं के हित में सरकार ने एसएससी के कुछ परीक्षाओं को हिंदी, इंग्लिश और 13 क्षेत्रीय भाषाओं में लेना शुरू कर दिया है।
Highlighting the importance of skill development and education in the development of youth, the Prime Minister said new national education policy, new medical colleges, IITs, IIMs and IIITs have come up and crores of youth have been trained under PM Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Rozgar Mela was held at 37 locations across the country. In Uttar Pradesh, job fairs were organized at 5 places: Agra, Jhansi, Lucknow, Chandauli and Bareilly. In Agra, Union Minister S.P. Singh Baghel gave appointment letters to 210 candidates. In Jammu and Kashmir, at an event held at Gulshan Ground, Jammu, Union Minister B.L. Verma, along with distinguished leaders, distributed more than 314 job appointment letters across various departments to the aspiring candidates. In Maharashtra, Union Minister Ram Das Athavale, along with other dignitaries, gave away appointment letters to candidates in Mumbai's Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj terminus. At Pune Division, Union Minister Rao Sahib Dada Rao Patil Danve distributed the appointment letters. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people of the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat program on Akashvani at 11 a.m. tomorrow. It will be the 106th episode of the monthly radio program. The program will be broadcast on the entire network of Akashvani and Doordarshan, the Akashvani website and the News on AIR mobile app. In Assam, 181 cadres of Dimasa National Liberation Army (DNLA) laid down arms today in the presence of Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma at Haflong. The Chief Minister said that Assam ended the insurgency in the tribal area in April this year after signing of the tripartite peace treaty with the DNLA in presence of Home Minister Amit Shah. In the poll-bound Mizoram, campaigning is gaining momentum and leaders of national political parties are making frequent visits or are camping in Aizawl for electioneering. With the poll day fast approaching, political parties and independent candidates are leaving no stone unturned to woo the voters. Although campaigning is very aggressive at the ground level, there is hardly any big political rally unlike other states. The Mizoram People's Forum, a conglomeration of church leaders and civil society organizations, is advocating and monitoring the electioneering process of all parties and candidates for good electoral practices and to ensure free and fair election. A common platform is being organized by the Mizoram People's Forum in all the 40 constituencies where candidates of that particular constituency are invited for participation. Our correspondent reports that this gives the voters a fair chance of choosing the candidates.
Mizoram is always known for clean and fair elections. Violence, rigging, booth capturing, or repoll are seldom heard in the election process of the state. This year too, the government department and the civil society organizations such as the Mizoram People's Forum are leading at the forefront for ensuring free, fair, and violence-free elections. With elections just a few days away, candidates are holding street corner meetings on vigorous footing. Democracy is alive and kicking in the green hills of Mizoram. Gimdante, Akashvani News, Aizawl.
Mizoram will go for assembly polls on the 7th of November to elect 40 members of the Mizoram Legislative Assembly. Counting of votes will take place on 3rd of December. In Rajasthan, several leaders, including former MLAs Chandra Shekhar Vaid, Nandlal Punia, former Jaipur Mayor Jyoti Khandelwal, today joined the BJP after leaving the Congress. Other leaders who joined the BJP include Hari Singh Charan, who had fought the assembly election as an independent candidate from Mandawa, Congress leader Sanwarmal Meharia, and former IPS officers Kesar Singh Shekhawat and Bhim Singh. Meanwhile, the Election Commission of India has appointed 243 observers to ensure free, fair and peaceful elections. More from our correspondent.
122 officers of the Indian Administrative Service have been appointed as general observers and 51 officers of the Indian Police Service have been appointed as police observers. General and police observers will remain in the respective assembly constituencies from 5th to 25th November. The general observers will monitor various processes related to elections from adherence to the code of conduct to nominations. At the same time, police observers will monitor the deployment of security forces and issues related to law and order. Apart from this, 70 expenditure observers have also been appointed. Jitendra Dwivedi, Akashvani News, Jaipur.
Union Home Minister and senior BJP leader Amit Shah has said, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the government has given top priority to tribal welfare. He was addressing a rally in Junnar Dev in Chhindwara district of Madhya Pradesh today. Describing various steps taken by the government for the welfare of tribal communities, he said that earlier there were talks of water, forest and land, but now there is talk of security, respect and inclusive development along with water, forest and land. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Israel has dismissed the UN resolution urging a humanitarian truce in Gaza, vowing that it will continue to defend itself. Israeli UN Ambassador Gilad Erdan said that the UN no longer held even 1 ounce of legitimacy or relevance. Vowing that his country would use every means in fighting Hamas, he called it a dark day for the UN and for the mankind. Earlier on Friday, the UN General Assembly overwhelmingly called for an immediate humanitarian truce between Israel and Hamas. There were 120 votes in favor, 14 against, and 45 abstentions. The resolution was put forward by Jordan on behalf of the Arab group. Israel's military on Friday said it was expanding its operations as its strikes intensified across the Gaza region. Spokesman Daniel Hagari said Israeli forces had increased the attacks in Gaza. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus has called for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire, protection of health facilities, workers and patients, and urgent access for life-saving supplies into and throughout Gaza. In a series of tweets on the social media platform X, WHO chief said they have lost contact with their staff in Gaza. He added that reports of intense bombardment in Gaza are extremely distressing, and WHO is worried about safety. He said that evacuation of patients is not possible due to the bombardment and that it is not possible to find safe shelter. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal today participated in G7 Trade Ministers meeting in Osaka, Japan. During the session, he encouraged public-private partnership, investment in critical infrastructure, and the need for innovation. Mr. Goyal also emphasized on digitalization of the supply chains. The minister urged the participating governments to collaborate on regulatory framework to facilitate cross-border trade and supply chains. Back home, the centre has notified a minimum export price of $800 per metric ton on onion export to maintain its domestic availability. This will be in effect from tomorrow to 31st of December this year. Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution in a statement said that the measure has been taken to maintain sufficient availability of onion to domestic consumers at an affordable price. As the quantity of stored Rabi 2023 onion is declining, the minimum export price of $800 per metric ton on onion translates into about 67 rupees per kilogram. In addition, the government has also announced the procurement of additional 2 lakh tons of onion for the buffer over and above the 5 lakh tons already procured. On to sports. The curtain fell on the 6-day 4th Asian Para Games with a closing ceremony at the Hangzhou Olympic Sports Expo Center in Hangzhou, China this evening. The Continental Sports Gala bid adieu to the participants and everyone involved in a poetic party filled with Chinese culture and music. The Indian contingent ended its campaign with a best-ever haul of 111 medals and finished 5th in the medals table. India bagged a total of 29 gold, 31 silver and 51 bronze medals. Hosts China finished first with an overall tally of 521 medals, followed by Iran, Japan and Korea. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has lauded the performance of the medal winners at the Hangzhou Asian Para Games in China. In a series of social media posts today, Mr. Modi congratulated the medal winners for their performance. Union Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur also lauded India's performance at the Games. In ICC Men's Cricket World Cup at Dharamsala, Australia just managed to defeat New Zealand by 5 runs in a thrilling encounter. New Zealand fell only 6 runs short of the victory target of 389. Earlier put into bat, Australia was all out for 388 runs in 49.2 overs. In another match at Kolkata, chasing the target of 230 runs, Bangladesh were 129 for 8 in 39 overs against the Netherlands a short while ago. In Women's Asian Champions Trophy hockey tournament at Ranchi, Jharkhand, the match between India and Malaysia is now underway. Earlier today, China demolished Thailand by 6-0, while Japan defeated Korea by 4-0. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says India making stupendous growth in every sector, creating new job opportunities for youth. Prime Minister will share his thoughts in Mann Ki Baat program on Akashvani tomorrow. 181 cadres of Dimasa National Liberation Army lay down arms at Haflong in Assam. Israel dismisses UN resolution urging a humanitarian truce in Gaza. WHO appeals for immediate humanitarian ceasefire. In ICC Cricket World Cup, Australia defeat New Zealand by 5 runs in a thrilling encounter at Dharamsala. Match between Bangladesh and Netherlands underway in Kolkata. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.